since I'd placed it there for safekeeping. I'd been wearing a white shirt stained with blood and black Converse sneakers with a small hole in the right toe. I remember all this because it was the day my mom died. That wasn't something you forgot. Ever. I shook off the memories and slipped inside. There was a reason I left after Mom died. After she was murdered. Several reasons, in fact. One of the big ones being that I was the main suspect in her death, and I knew they were still actively looking for me. How far could an 18-year-old girl with no cash get on her own, right? But after I gave authorities the slip numerous times, they started to wise up. They had my mother's associates watched. All our old haunts, anything and everything that could be connected back to us. Back to the Morgan girls. I'd spent the last year living like a ping-pong ball. A few nights here, a day or two there. Never in one place for very long. I wouldn't have come back if it wasn't so important. I tore into Mom's bag, yanked out a flashlight, and went to work. Systematically ripping the entire house apart. I searched every oddball place she could have possibly thought to hide something. In the air conditioning grate, inside the toilet, behind the loose paneling in the master bedroom. I even checked out the attic. And I hated it up there. I worked all night, frantic as the minutes turned quickly to hours. And by the time the sun started to clear the hills to the east, I began to panic. I couldn't still be here in the morning. I'd been here too long already. "Come on, Mom," I said, falling back onto the couch. It still smelled like the nail polish remover she spilled on it last year, just 4 days before she'd died. "I know you left something for me. I just need to find it. Give me a hint, some kind of sign." Letting my head fall back, I blew at one of the stray chestnut hairs that had escaped my ponytail, and my chest grew tight. I used to joke with Mom about dyeing my hair blonde. She'd threatened to shave my head while I slept if I ever went through with it. Blondes didn't blend in as well as brunettes, she'd always said. I blew at the hair again, sending the strands fluttering in and out of my field of vision, and, for some reason, directing my attention to the ceiling fan overhead. Holy crap! Of course! I hopped off the couch and dragged one of the dining room chairs across the hardwood floor. It scraped and scratched, and I cringed a little with every step, the sound abrasive to my already taut nerves. The fan should have been one of the first places I searched. Mom used to joke that I was the wind beneath her wings. It was a line from a cheesy old song she'd loved. Sentimental. That was Mom. She believed music made the world go round. I was losing my touch. Or maybe my memories of her were fading. Each morning, I found myself waking up and needing to concentrate harder and harder just to picture her face. Some days it remained elusive. Nothing more than a watery silhouette with no defined features. I wondered if eventually she'd be no more than a cloudy image dancing on the edge of my mind. The ghost of someone I used to know. Balanced on the chair, I rose up on my toes and managed to hook a single finger around a blade and give it a good push. A whoosh of air sent a year's worth of dust everywhere, up my nose and down my throat. And as I gagged on it, a white blur caught my eye when it drifted to the ground. Score! I almost lost my footing as I hopped from the chair, and in my haste to retrieve the letter, which had slipped under the armchair, totally missed the front door opening, and an uninvited guest stepping inside. 2 of them, actually. "See, Shaun? I told you it was only a matter of time before she came back to town. Never doubt me, kid." What the? Letter momentarily forgotten, I spun toward the door. A cold gust of wind blew through the room along with 2 men.